President Donald Trump making waves today, announcing a rejuvenated pipeline for American weapons to reach Ukraine, hardening his stance toward Moscow after months of frustration about unsuccessful negotiations for ending this war. Joining us now is Strategic Director for Concerned Veterans for America and Marine Corps veteran John Byrnes. John, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me on.
This seems like a complete turnaround for the president in this dealing with Vladimir Putin. We've seen his frustration with Putin before, but this seems like a new way to deal with him. What do you make of it?
Well, myself and Concerned Veterans for America share his frustration. We have really worked very, very hard around the edges and with our messaging to kind of drive a peaceful, negotiated settlement around an armed and neutral Ukraine. Still think that's the long-term solution. I share the president's frustration. Vladimir Putin is clearly the bad operator here, from the invasion to ending some of the ceasefires. And so I think the president's reaching for tools in his toolbox. He's trying to drive that bargain to a negotiated settlement. I wish it didn't involve more aid going from the U.S. I wish it didn't involve depleting very, very important weapons for our own defense or for defense of our forces elsewhere, the Patriot missiles. But I do appreciate the fact that the Europeans are stepping up and they're paying for them, which means that we have funds to replace them. And again, Europe is taking a bigger role in trying to solve this conflict, and they should. It's on their front doorstep. It's not on our front doorstep.
I mean, this is the kind of military equipment that Ukraine has been asking for a long time. This could change the game for Ukraine if the U.S. sticks with it. I guess that's the biggest test here, is if the U.S. sticks with it. Is this temporary? They're able to shoot down a lot of the missiles that are coming their way. I don't know. What do you make of that from your military background? Is this a good thing for Ukraine? I mean, could this potentially be that game changer they needed?
Well, I hope it changes the game. I hope it brings Vladimir Putin back to the negotiating table and gives President Zelensky the confidence to negotiate that there will be an end. The problem is that Russia has far more offensive weapons to throw at Ukraine than we can spare Patriot missiles. So in the long run, this might just be a delay. Again, I have the deepest hope that this drives a negotiated settlement, but we really need to take the money that the Europeans are sending and make sure that we're stepping up the defense production lines of those Patriot missiles. Because, again, they're needed for all kinds of operations everywhere. They were the missiles that served to protect our troops in Doha and in Bahrain a few weeks back. They're really important to our efforts in the Pacific region. So we can't afford to just keep giving these away. It's good that the Europeans are paying for them, but we really want, if this is going to happen, we want them to use this moment where they're more capable of defending themselves to drive for that negotiated settlement, an armed and neutral and peaceful Ukraine.
Yeah, we got to leave it there, but I do question also why the president is saying 50 days. I mean, Vladimir Putin can do a lot of damage in 50 days before those tariffs could potentially move in. All right, thank you so much for joining us and for helping kind of break that down. Again, John Byrnes, thank you for your time.
Great to be on.
All right, stay with us. The DMV Zone back in a moment.